Now, just before I hand over to Gillian Marles, tell me if I've gone all Mary Whitehouse. I was in Brighton last week, nothing to do with the Labour Party conference. It was a jolly. I was mooching about and went into a card shop. It's just a regular card shop. But the cards in there made me blush. And I don't think I'm easily embarrassed. I would say about 60% of them were really very sexual and the worst kind of sweary words. You know what I'm talking about. Now, to be fair, when I came out, I did notice there was a very small sign in the window recommending parental guidance. But I thought, well, you don't really expect that in a card shop. They've got all sorts of little things like water bottles and little toys that the kids love, etc. You know, really? Parental guidance before you go into a card shop? So we sent out TV and radio presenter Hayley Matthews into Edinburgh to check out the card shops there to see if I am going all Mary Whitehouse. Good morning to you, Hayley.
Good morning.
Good morning. Also joined by Sharon Little, who's the CEO of the Greeting Cards Association. Good morning to you, Sharon.
Good morning.
Good morning. And I believe it is Thinking of You Day, is that right? We're supposed to be sending...
Thinking of You Week, indeed.
Thinking of You Week, my goodness.
Yeah.
My goodness. Hayley, am I going all Mary Whitehouse?
No, I don't. I don't think so, actually, because I am not a prude, like you were saying yourself. You're not a prude. You don't blush easily. However, when I was out and about in card shops yesterday, when I went looking for them, I mean, I didn't have to look very hard, but the Rude gift card, I was actually quite shocked to see some of them so prominent in the shop. There was, as you say, a sign, a very small sign at the bottom, but you would need to be the size of a chihuahua to see this sign, to see it before you walk into the shop. I would easily walk into a shop with my son. Now, I wouldn't have pictures like that about my house, so it does make me think twice about going into a gift card shop with rude cards. I don't think you're being prude at all.
Yeah, I mean, Sharon, I have noticed a real change in recent years about the level of, and I mean, I feel embarrassed saying the level of profanity. Oh my goodness, you know, and the graphic nature of it. I mean, why?
Because there's a huge market for it. There's a huge market for it, but they are, in fact, a really tiny proportion of the greeting card offering out there. It's a massive, massive industry, and cards are actually sold in more types of outlet than any other product. And you'll find that the retailers who specialise in greeting cards know their market. So they know the customers who are coming in, and they want to sell, obviously, as many cards to those people as possible. Now, I know when you were in Brighton the other day, when you went around this shop, and Brighton has a huge student population. And when you go into card shops in areas with either lots of young office workers, lots of students, you're going to find card shops with lots of very, very rude cards because they love them. Yeah. And when you think about when you're going to be sending a card, what do people send cards for? They send cards to celebrate a special occasion. They send cards to connect with people and to show that they care about them. And there's a huge amount of psychology involved in when you choose a card for a person, because the card is all about what connects you together. So what do you think will make them laugh, which these very rude cards, it's an impact, isn't it?
Yeah,
you're creating a huge impact with a very rude card.
Yeah, but Sharon, what's interesting is that is a personal thing between you and a person, what makes you laugh. We're running out of time, unfortunately. We're not going to be able to follow this. But, you know, when you go into a card shop, that is a public space, and they don't know that you and your best friend are joking about your private parts. But it's up there for Hayley and her 8-year-old child to walk into.
Yeah. I think you'll find that most cards, when they do have rude cards, if they've got them all over the shop, there will be some sort of sign on the window. If they don't, generally they will have the cards a little bit higher up.
Not in Brighton is all I can say. Listen, I'm really sorry. We've run right out of time. We'll go early for First Minister's questions, but it's really nice to speak to Sharon. Hayley, I hope we didn't offend you. Thank you very much for going that little adventure for us.
Thank you.
Here's Gillian.